Later, on the You Guys Made Me Inc. podcast.
You trying to touch his penis?
I wish my penis was all the way down there.
You trying to touch his penis?
I wish my penis was all the way down there. What is up, everybody? Welcome to You Guys Made Me Inc., the number one Finding Nemo podcast on the internet. I just flubbed there. Don't listen. My name's Chase. Over there's Vaughn.
Hello.
Over here's Justin.
What's up?
How you doing, Vaughn?
I'm pretty fantastic. How you doing, Justin?
Man, I'm all right. How you doing, Chase?
I'm doing pretty good.
Sounds like we're all good. Yeah, guys. This is going to be fun.
So that whole thing about the penis that you just said, you should definitely
That's
leave
going
that
in.
at the beginning between the
Oh, I'll leave it in. I leave
Put
in
it in.
90% of the things
Yeah, I
you
know.
don't think I leave in.
you put it at the beginning. On this episode, is you gonna touch your penis? I wish. Cut it.
Yeah, I think that's actually perfect. The opening moment is the opening moment.
Yeah.
So are we lying when we say later on You Guys Made Me Inc.?
Yeah.
Technically, no, because I'll do it twice. You're going to have to listen to it 2 times to actually get the full effect.
Fair
You know
enough.
what I
It's
mean?
like a
In like a 20-second span.
it's like a 2018 rap video
I didn't understand that.
where
Right.
they play a song, they play the end of the song, and then they go back and they play the full song, and then at the end of the song you hear the song that lyric. It's like that's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Nothing. You never heard
I don't
that?
listen to rap music that much, so you know what apparently do listen to is trap. I guess.
You know where you did listen to rap? You know what? You did listen to rap.
with you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could sing a lot of the songs that I was listening to.
because
That's
you
true.
listen to the
That's
same
true.
like 5 songs in your car.
No,
Not anymore.
that one song you were fucking busting out to.
What song?
Um,
Oh,
Eva.
that's just in special circumstances that I know a decent amount of the song. I can't remember what it's called. Fuck.
Sing it.
No, I can't remember. That's why I said it's just special circumstances.
Was it I playing it?
yes.
It's like, what is it? Son of
Sob
a
on my
bitch.
knob.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
corn
that
on the
one.
cob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
36 Mafia.
Yeah, Vaughn
Is
knows
it?
like
I don't
that
fucking
whole
know.
song.
I don't. I know like a small section of
like
it.
a small section of the whole thing. He knows the whole thing.
Small
what I'm saying.
section of the whole thing. That's the definition of the small section. So I need to give you guys a chili cheese fries update. Now I've been waiting all day to tell Chase this, okay? Because today I lunched for work. We went to this place called Culver's. Culver's? What's it called?
Culver's.
You've never
Culver's.
been there before?
Shut
No.
up.
First time. I'm gonna tell you right now. I got a little. What was the word I was looking for? A little
Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed with that fucking menu.
They have a really
Have
big
you been
menu.
there?
Well, yeah, I was.
It's
So-
huge.
I was
well,
super
yeah.
surprised when they
Did you
had
work
one here.
there?
No, I was in the military. I traveled and I ate a lot of fast food places.
Yeah? And
Yeah.
you really like
Culver's
that
was one
one?
of them. Yeah, they were in Wisconsin, and they're like a super heavy cheese-based place, right? And I was
They've
in
got a lot of
Wisconsin,
cheese.
which is
Speaking of
another
cheese,
super cheese based place.
Vaughn got the cheese curds.
Yeah, there was some bullshit with these cheese curds.
I mean they were good,
yeah.
and I don't really like cheese.
Why did you say they were bullshit?
Because some of the curds
Were
had
yellow?
yellow cheese.
Yep.
Some of them had white cheese.
And you like the white cheese ones better?
No, I just... What's up with that?
Well, it was weird because I ate half of one, and then looked at it and I was like, "This is yellow. That's not usually yellow." And I showed Vaughn. He was like, "What the fuck?" And then
Yeah,
he
they-
bit one. It was white.
Yeah, they're two different types.
That's
You can ask for
weird.
them all white. You can ask
Really?
for them all yellow. Yeah. It's like when you go to a fast food.
I feel like
it's
that's
it's
an
when you go
option
to
that
get
they should have
wings,
put
you
on their
ask
menu.
for all flats. Ask for all flats.
What is that?
All flats. It's the.
It's
part
the
of
wing.
The wing.
It's not the.
Oh,
drum.
you know what I do? I get them nuggies, dude. I get chicken
Speaking of nuggies,
nuggets.
Culver's tenders.
Those
Pretty
were
good.
those are great. They look a lot like fish tenders, if we're being real, because of the batter they use.
Fish sticks. I feel it's like the word.
This is just
Dude,
like
what do you-
Kanye West.
Sure.
What?
So
I've heard he likes fingers in his butt, by the way. Just thought I'd call back. To
Most
that.
people do. They just don't know it.
Apparently it's where the guy's G spot is.
Yeah,
That's
that
my
little spot
my
between your ball
fiance's
sack
father
and your
has told me
asshole,
that.
Your taint.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, that's what old men tell me.
Is that they like their tame players?
Well, no, I was listening to some comedian and he was saying something about he was saying something about sex, and then it happened to be like, yeah, but when you're like my age and you're like 40, It's like that little spot between your ball sack and your asshole, your taint. That's it.
That's the playground for you?
That's what he was telling ladies to go. He's like, if you suck your guy's dick and play with his taint, I tell you what. And then he said
what?
something up. I stopped listening because I was laughing. I was like, what the fuck? I never had my taint tickled.
After that, you never had your taint tickled? That
Why?
didn't pique your curiosity
Nope.
to the point where you're like,
Not even a little
hey,
bit.
get up in there, wife?
Nope.
Nope.
Never.
So chili cheese fries?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a chili cheese fries update. These ones were... whatever. They weren't that good.
I was
See,
gonna say
okay,
subpar.
so the hard thing to do with chili cheese fries, and it's an art. Let's be real here. It's an art because you both have to have it's 3 different things you got to have. Good fries, real cheese cuz nacho cheese kind of sucks, and good chili, okay? That's the deal. This place had real cheese. It had crinkle cut fries are kind of annoying. Not my favorite kind of fry.
But they hold dips so well.
Do they though?
Because they got the crinkles.
They got the
Like-
but
like-
just normal fries is just so much easier to eat.
Like the Ruffles chips. They
Yeah,
got the,
they have ridges. They have
Ridges?
mountains.
Yeah.
Inclines.
It holds the dip better.
Oh, okay. Is that why they make Ruffles like that?
Yes.
Did not know that.
That's not something...
Don't fact check you
Yeah,
on
don't fact check that. But that is why they do it.
that? Yeah, basically, I'm not a big fan of the crinkle cut fries, and the chili was just kind of mediocre. I mean, it's a hard thing to make a good chili.
Here's the thing about the
Seemingly.
fries. I had, just normal fries. They
Mm-hmm.
were crinkle cut. I'm not a big salt person.
I'm a big salt person.
And I'll tell you right now, I don't know if there was any salt on them.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah, non-salted
really
fries
weird.
suck. You're not gonna weigh in on this? How do you feel about crinkle cut fries? They bullshit?
I just eat
You suck.
crinkle cut fries, but sweet potato fries are my favorite fries.
Justin, this is a food review podcast.
Yeah, I know. I figured out on the next time of cooking with Vaughn. You know, it's like
Yeah, learn how to cook
I was gonna
fucking
tell you-
chili
I was
cheese
gonna-
fries
why-
appropriate.
I'll make a
Listen,
song for this
all I
segment.
gotta say,
And
is
eventually
why-
you will
why-
find the
why
correct
aren't you
chili
cooking
cheese
them
fries. And after we do find the chili cheese fries, the good ones, we will play the song.
Yeah, it's the great quest for chili cheese.
Why don't you? Just
We're going to make a
your
song,
own?
Justin.
Why don't I what?
Just make your own.
Because, Justin, because that's not the point.
Inconvenient.
It's a quest for chili cheese, not the quest in my kitchen to make chili cheese fries. I
I'm the
could
food
make
critic.
some amazing chili cheese fries.
Could you?
I'm not gonna.
Could you?
Okay, well, in
Yeah,
theory,
that's what
yes.
I thought. No,
I'm saying
no, you could
in
not.
theory, I
no,
could.
In theory, you could not.
because
Because you're
I
trash,
have.
chef.
No, listen. Okay,
Look,
I'm not making it
on the
from
walk
scratch.
Here, I done looked in your back seat and I saw KFC.
Yeah,
You've
I
never
love
cooked a
KFC.
day
He
in your
loves
life.
KFC.
Bitch, I cook like yesterday.
Would you
If
cook?
microwaving counts.
And he's like, and a cup of noodles also counts.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. If the bare ingredients mixed together could make something delicious out of 3 different delicious ingredients, I think I could make a fantastic plate of
So
chili
let's-
cheese fries.
let's figure
but it's
this
kind
out.
of cheating.
What's your favorite French fry? From where?
If I'm being honest, I like tater tots the most. Sorry.
What about
Sorry, not
what
sorry.
about Chick-fil-A waffle fries?
They're pretty good.
Those are good, man.
Those are pretty delicious.
Now, can you imagine some chili on those and some cheese?
Yes. But I don't trust Chick-fil-A to make good chili.
No. I'm saying you go to Chick-fil-A, you get them fries. Where's your favorite chili from?
That canned chili that you can buy.
Okay, then then you get the canned
Nature
chili.
Valley one? No, not Nature
It's
Valley.
like it starts with an N.
I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
I know.
love those.
Yeah, this is
With the
fantastic
little
chili.
red thing with the. Those
Yeah,
are
it's
that-
like a
yeah.
sign. It's like an Alamo sign.
love
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
I love
That's
that chili.
fantastic chili. That's why I'm saying with the bare ingredients, I think I could make delicious.
What about
chili cheese
curly
fries?
fries, though?
Curly fries are good, but they have the seasoning, which might actually throw off the chili. See.
What if it complements the chili, though?
Everyone acts
But
like the
when it's
souffle
salt
is the
and
great thing to make as a chef.
no.
Really, the hardest thing to make is a
It's
decent
chili.
place of chili cheese fries.
I'm telling you, Twisted Timber, dude.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Avery keeps asking me every single fucking day, if I went to Twisted Timber. No, that's like outside.
And he doesn't do that. They don't have a drive-through.
Yeah, they don't.
They're a bar.
Yeah,
I
they have
wanna cry for you
mediocre
sometimes.
pizza too.
I like
Very
their
mediocre
pizza.
pizza. Really, it's really saucy. You like
okay,
saucy pizza.
They have a it's like a buffalo chicken with like jalapenos on it. That's really good.
Hey, you should stop making fun of Avery. He's like our only fan.
I'm not making fun of him. I'm just saying. He keeps asking me dumb questions.
Well, is it a dumb question? Have you been?
No.
Why the fuck not?
He's got a point, you know.
He also has a point that Avery is like our one fan. Thank you for listening, Avery. That's a wink.
So
You
now
know-
when we're talking about guys, we're just like Avery.
You know that we're gonna be sitting at work on Monday, and he's gonna listen to this, and he might walk up to me and be like, "Hey,
Thanks for that shout out. Interesting enough, when we did this the first time, there was one guy we singled out all the time called Raisin Trash. And now we're singling out Avery. Maybe they're the same person. How do we
Raisin
know?
Trash
They're
and
not.
Avery.
So, no, there
Raisin
was...
Travery.
Raisin Train."
Oh my god. This is conspiracy. Even though that was gibberish. So, Chase, you have a limerick of sorts. You have something to talk about. I don't actually know what it is, but we're not going to use real names. So
We're
if
not
Justin
using real
knows what we're
names.
talking about, do not use people's real names.
Would I know who they're talking about?
No, I don't
fucking
think
know.
so.
I don't even know what's happening.
Well,
right
okay, so if you don't know, a few years ago, Vaughn lived with me at my house. He was one of our roommates, and, you know, he would just park his car out front, whatever, not think much about it.
Mhm.
Well, one Monday morning at 3 o'clock in the morning, some dude driving drunk smashed into Vaughn's car, totaled it, and then, like, drove to his house that was down the block, and then had to come back for his bumper. And as he was coming back for his bumper,
It wasn't even as he was coming back.
Or
It was he grabbed his bumper from just the wreckage of my car.
Was this your Mazda?
Yeah, that he
totaled.
pushed like 12 feet. There's
Funny-
a mark still on the road.
funny story, he was, like, you know, on the sidewalk. Well, when the cops showed up, they told Vaughn, they said, "Well, you really shouldn't park in front of the driveway." And Vaughn was like, "I wasn't in front of the driveway when I was parked."
I was like, see that line right
you
there?
know
That's
that car,
where my car was.
His Mazda was a manual, so that bitch it did have the fucking park brake on.
Yeah, this guy hit my car going like 60 miles an hour
And
in
he,
a residential area and pushed it 12 feet.
and he was
And
really
his car
drunk.
barely wrecked. Barely.
Yeah, just like
nothing
his
happened
front
to it.
bumper like fell off.
Literally the next morning, I saw, or not the next morning, I think it was like a week later because he went to like jail or whatever. Some stupid crap. He went and then was like released basically immediately. He, like a week later, I saw him and his dad. They just fucking aired up his tire, zip tied his bumper back on, and he was back on the road. What is that fucking shit? But there are two amazing things about this story that have changed my life forever. One, the only reason we knew it was him was because a friend of mine, we like came out to my car and we were like, what the fuck?
Okay,
and we
well, what
looked
happened
down
was,
the street.
Listen. It was 3 a.m. What happened was I heard,
Great sound effects.
I know.
Kudos.
And I was like, and I wake up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I look at my watch. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So I look out my window. I was like, oh shit. So, you know, we run down, grab Vaughn. Vaughn thought we were pranking him.
To be fair, Chase did not run down. He threw a pillow or something, woke up the other guy that was laying on his floor and told him to go tell
Forrest,
me.
you know. Forrest.
So I was
I was looking out my window. I was like, what the fuck? Threw something at Forrest. I was like, Forrest, you got to get downstairs. Someone hit Vaughn's car, and Forrest, surprisingly enough, Forrest fucking just hopped up, sprinted down the stairs, ran into Vaughn's room, and was like, Vaughn, someone just hit your car, all this stuff. And Vaughn thought we were like,
I thought he
pranking
was
him.
fucking with me.
Yeah. And Forrest like runs out there. Just like fucking yells at the dude, did you do this?
Oh, was it? Okay, so we walk out there and we're like, what the fuck? And we look down the road and there's this guy just
Stumbling,
nonchalant,
fucking just stumbling, walking away.
with his full bumper in his hand. The entire front bumper of his car just walking back to his house. Like nothing happened. Yeah, and Forrest calls out to him, hey, did you hit this? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He was just like, yeah, I did.
he was just gonna leave.
What the fuck? And then the best part about this, the phrase that has truly changed my life, was he told me it was mostly his fault.
I remember that.
I turned to him and I was like, it was mostly your fault? I was like, you hit my parked car. It is entirely your fault.
Every single bit of this is your fault.
See, I had no idea that's what happened to your car. I
Yeah.
asked if you got because I saw you one day and I was like, you got a new car? You're like, yeah, I got a truck. And I was like, why? He's like, because I wanted to. And I'm like, word.
But yeah, totaled the fucking vehicle.
Yeah. And then I bought a shitty truck. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just bought another Mazda or something. That's a great car. I wish I still had that car.
Yeah, fuck him.
It's so good.
Well, funny enough, driving to your house today, I had to drive by his house. His Civic, which is what he hit your car with, had been sitting there for, I think he got his license suspended.
He
for
was in prison.
Well, but then he got out and got his license suspended. You remember we had a buddy that worked on the house. Did you see those pictures?
No.
I'll show you those pictures. Worked on the house. This dude put holes in like every wall.
Wait, like he drove his car into a house?
No, like punching and kicking
okay.
holes. Well, driving here today, coming home from work, the Civic wasn't there, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Coming here after, a couple hours later, the Civic's in the park is in the driveway. Fucking the front of it is destroyed.
I thought you were gonna say that you saw the Civic like outside my apartment. I was like, is this guy seriously just gonna fucking wreck all my cars?
No.
Yeah. He's like, sorry, this is
What?
mostly my fault. I'll be like, I'll fucking kill you.
He totaled your car,
Yeah.
and his car was just like moderately damaged. His car today was fucking totaled.
Did you
Really?
get a lot of money out of it?
Like 4,000 for my car, and then I had to use a bit for my. I had to use all of my tax return to buy the truck. Combined, I had to do that to buy my truck, and I just bought it outright, so I didn't have like payments or anything.
Outright. Yeah, I can see that.
Flush with cash.
But I thought you'd like that.
Fucking dickhead. Yeah, I was
drove
starting
by.
to think that like they should lease these cars out to the military or something because they're obviously fucking tanks.
It was like a 97 Honda Civic or something.
That's how we build our
Fucking
tanks out of
tank.
97.
It was a glorious tank.
Yeah, that's exactly what we use.
But yeah, I was driving by and I was like, oh shit, that thing's fucking destroyed.
So you're just wondering what sort of havoc? Like,
What-
you're like, Godzilla must have just
Yeah,
fucking
what kind of
emerged
tank?
from the ocean and stepped on his car.
What kind of real life tank did he have to hit for that thing to actually get destroyed?
That is a nice little bit of history.
Yeah.
I'm glad his car several years later was destroyed. I mean, kind of, I would say the worst part about that story is not the fact that my car got totaled. It's the fact that that was like 3 days after I moved home from Pocatello. I had been there for only like a weekend, and then my car got
Yeah,
totaled.
it was literally the
And it was-
Monday.
Yeah, it was the day before I started my new job. And I was like, what the fuck? And I texted my boss, and I was like, so my car got like totaled. So I gotta like find a new way to work, so I might be a little bit late on Monday. Because I texted him that like the night of, and he was like, holy shit, like thanks for letting me know. Like, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Just totaled Vaughn's car. It was pretty
I was
crazy.
pissed. This guy's a dickhead. Speaking of...
It was 3 a.m. too. That
Yeah.
was the craziest part.
That was bullshit. And then Forrest took a Snapchat of them loading up my car, and he was like, bye, Vaughn's car. Like it didn't hurt
And then
enough.
one of the cops came up to you and asked if he could buy the rims off of you, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I should have taken that.
Yeah, because I'm
Sweet
pretty sure
deal.
he was like, yeah, my wife has a Mazda and we need new rims or something. And like, I'm pretty sure he asked
It's
if
like
he could buy them from you.
3 a.m. I probably... It makes sense I don't remember that, but...
You said,
man.
no, that's my baby.
I wish. I should have just like... I should have just been like, hey, how about we don't total this car and you guys just pay for them repairs? My brakes also needed repairs.
They wouldn't do that.
I know.
The reason they totaled it is because there was more damages than
Well,
it
the
was
reason
worth.
they totaled it was because the guy was like, yeah, we need to send somebody out to see if it was totaled. And I was like, I mean, the fucking tow truck guy told me it was basically totaled. And he was like, those guys see a lot of shit. All right. That means it's totaled. I
I'll
was like,
take his word
"All
for
right."
it.
Yeah, that was kind of a special experience.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was really funny though.
I really enjoyed that.
Well, it
Speaking-
wasn't funny, but that, yeah, whatever.
Now it's funny.
It's funny now, yeah.
Yeah, now it's legitimately hilarious. Before, it was kind of bullshit.
It was fucking bullshit. I was like, it was crazy night.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, speaking of crazy nights, Justin, have you had a second to watch the Joker trailer? The new Joker, like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Also, that's a super cool name.
Joaquin.
All right, less cool
Phoenix.
now.
Okay. Well, have you guys seen the? Sorry, before we go on to this, the Book of Life.
What?
The Book of Life, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and every time that Joaquin comes out, it goes Joaquin, and then he sings a song, plays the little banjo or whatever the fuck.
I'm pretty sure it's just a guitar. I don't know why you... The banjos.
So you haven't watched it?
That was the most
No, I have not seen
interesting
the Joker
chicken
thing
dance I've
trailer.
ever seen. You haven't watched it? You're a big DC fan. I'm actually kind of
I
surprised.
am a huge DC fan.
Obviously not big
just-
enough
I've just been in
because
prison.
Well, we can still talk about it for a second.
yeah, let's talk about
Can
it.
we, like-
So
Pause right here so I can watch it, and you can just cut this shit out so I can finish watching it, and then we can talk about it.
I mean, I could, but that sounds like way more work than I'm willing to do.
You have to cut in 2 spots.
Well, it's several spots actually.
Oh,
There's 3 different tracks, so
oh,
There's quite a few.
oh.
Okay, so let's do a deep dive into this Joker trailer. Joaquin Phoenix. I do not think there's any banjos in this, by the way, so might severely differ from the Book of Life. Yeah. So how do you feel about this trailer, Justin? I'm a casual DC fan. I enjoy DC. I've kind of gotten out of it, but Justin is more of a fan than I am. How do you feel about this trailer?
So, having Joaquin Phoenix play the Joker.
Felix?
What'd I say?
You said Joaquin Felix.
What is it?
Phoenix.
What'd I say? Same thing. So, having him play the Joker, great idea. Couple questions.
He's super anorexic.
In like the entire
it's in my opinion, it's steering a little close to what's his face's Joker.
Who's?
who,
Jared Leto's or Heath
Heath
Ledger's?
Ledger's.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a great
It's
idea.
steering. I think it's a great
remotely
idea.
close, and it's like getting that Joker feel.
Yeah, but I like it when people make their own Joker, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really seen much of
Yeah,
him as
it's
the
just-
Joker. It was literally like the only time we actually saw him as the Joker was his back to like police officers. That's the only part where you see him like. Oh well, no. There's technically like 2 parts where you see him as the Joker. He doesn't really do anything.
He's
as
like
the
walking
Joker.
down the hall as the Joker, and I was
Yeah.
like, that looks a lot like.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have that weird like limp, which is really odd. Heath Ledger had this like weird way of walking
Kind of hunched
as the
over
Joker.
a little
Yeah, he
bit.
was like hunched over and he would
so-
limp on
he
occasion.
He was so good, dude.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
like, that's also because he was dropped by Batman. So like you would walk with a
into like a pit of acid.
yeah.
Into like a pit of chemicals. I
Funny
guess.
enough, I saw a meme on Twitter that was like, most Jokers, how they're created, drop them in a vat of acid or whatever. This Joker, drop it into society.
Basically, yeah, it just
So,
seems
yeah,
like a
that's-
guy who like
That's
was
what
broken
that's what I
down by
getting at,
life.
because like
Snap.
he was a guy broken down by life. But like 2 things, nobody knows who the Joker was before he was the Joker.
I mean, they're like
There's
they don't necessarily
speculation.
know who he was, but there has been an origin story confirmed for the Joker.
Okay, but no.
When is
But
it
yeah.
out?
Why did
No.
you say okay, but no?
Yeah, but there was
it's
no origin story for the
contradicting.
Joker. Like there is no.
There's fan
like how
theories,
the
but
Joker
there's
became
no-
Joker and like who he is, yada yada yada. How he came into like he had a wife, and then he took on this job as the Red Hood, and then he fell into a vat of
Yeah.
acid. Right.
Yeah.
That's his
And
origin
then he
story.
goes insane.
But nobody has any idea who he is. He
Oh,
the
yeah,
Red
he doesn't
Hood,
have, like, a
and then
name.
He's the Joker.
That's what you
he's
mean?
a nameless guy, but this guy's named.
You have an issue with him having a name?
Well, because you just can't give Joker a name.
I mean, this is
it's
just a
if you-
random,
it's
like,
if you know Clark Kent's parents are Thomas and Martha, and then you're just all like, I'm gonna just fucking name them Billy and Sheila. It doesn't make any sense to name them. If
I
they
mean,
don't
that's
have
just
names.
such a small nitpick that you know his name.
Wait. What's Batman's mom's name?
Martha.
What's Batman's dad's name?
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas.
They-
And
wait.
No,
Clark Kent and Batman have the same name,
no,
Dad?
no.
Or-
They're Clark Kent's dad
Alright.
is named fuck.
It's
What is his
Martha and
name?
Kent.
It's Martha,
Martha Kent.
and
Martha Kent and fucking what's it?
Holy shit! How can I not
Holy
remember his
shit.
name?
Because when you said Martha and Thomas, I was like, wait,
yeah, that's
Batman's
Batman's name. That's
Oh,
Batman's
fuck.
parents.
Here, I can look it up.
I done goofed.
Done goofed. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on this one too. Yeah, I don't have much of an issue with like him.
I swear to God, if this
having
gives
a
me
name?
Jor-El,
No,
it gave me
so that's
Jor-El.
like that's like a huge spoiler though. If nobody knows a name, and then you're just
Jonathan,
like,
that's his name. Jonathan Kent. Yeah.
If nobody knows your name, right, and you're just gonna fucking drop a movie and be like, okay, this is his name.
Maybe
Well,
they
like,
maybe
what-
they don't
what?
name him. Maybe he doesn't have a name.
You know, unless he's just gonna be like some circus freak, and they don't say his name the entire thing, and then he's like, oh, he's crazy. What's his name? Joker. That's his name because we don't know who that nigga is. Oh, that N word is.
There's just Freudian slip there. Yeah, it's an interesting trailer. I'm actually kind of glad. Initially, I was like, it kind of sucks how much we didn't see of it, but I'm actually kind of glad that we didn't see much of it because I think it would kind of ruin it.
Was on his side, which is an interesting.
Oh yeah,
take.
Well,
that
so
was a
that's,
little weird.
That's how villains work in the DC universe, where like if you're a new villain and you're doing things that like make sense, like oh Gotham's a shitty place and everybody's against us, so we're gonna start like bombing the mayor. People are gonna be like, yeah, I fuck with that. I want to bomb the mayor too. You know what I mean? They always do that. That's how they get their henchmen. And people like how that's how Penguin gets all his weird ass henchmen.
Yeah.
They dress like him, and that's how Scarecrow gets all his weird ass henchmen that dress like him. They just want to be him.
It's also just like psychopaths and shit.
Yeah.
People are just like, I
turns
just want
out
to kill
Gotham,
people. Cool.
Gotham, rampant with psychopaths.
Also, yeah, it's kind of a fucked up city.
Yeah.
It's like New York.
I think it's okay. So
way
I'm
more
not
fucked
actually
up.
sure what it's meant to be. So I think Metropolis is meant to be a shadow of New York, and I think
I thought it was
How
supposed
is
to be LA.
Metropolis is in LA.
No, Metropolis.
Oh yeah, no, Metropolis, yes. Island is New York.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain Metropolis is
Maybe
meant
they're
to be
both-
like New York, and I always thought that Gotham was meant to be like Detroit.
No, Gotham's New York.
I think they're both New York.
Well, I
I
mean
think
they
they're
aren't
different
no,
sides of the
literally.
coin.
They're not different. They're like miles apart.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I mean,
I'm
in
not-
Batman
so-
v
so
Superman, that shit was
Metropolis-
just across the bay. So
Metropolis,
Oh my god, it's actually fucking San Francisco and Oakland. Wait.
I mean, that makes way
No,
more
so-
sense.
That actually makes
Gotham
sense.
City's supposed to be their take on New York City, and Metropolis is supposed to be somewhere near Kansas.
What?
Yeah, it's 100 miles.
Well, I
outside
guess
Kansas.
yeah, it is like a whole like Kansas thing. But I was just saying it like reflects New York. I don't know,
I don't think Metropolis reflects New York at all.
except for it's like
I feel like it's more like Chicago.
Metropolis.
Yeah.
It's like Chicago. I guess I don't know
This
much
says
about
Metropolis is depicted as a prosperous and massive city in northeastern United States, within close proximity to Gotham City,
Northeast
Yeah.
Metropolis.
New York.
Chicago. Northeast. I
It
don't
says
know
the
where
skyline's
Kansas is.
modeled off of Toronto, however, greatly influenced by New York.
Ooh.
But
I
in
think
Gotham-
they're both. I think they're supposed
Yeah,
to be like
they're
the same
probably
side of
both.
the coin. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems.
Or the
Also, though, I don't really understand if they're so close together why Superman just can't watch over both.
and why it's always like darker in
The-
one and
Yeah, it's
Lighter in the other.
always dark.
in
Because the
Gotham.
lights are always off. Batman only comes to play at night.
I'm just saying.
But when you
It's
see
like the
Metropolis-
sun never shines in Gotham.
Where's
So-
Silver City?
So check it.
I don't know.
what the fuck?
Wait, what'd you say?
Well, I
Where's
mean,
Silver City?
that's kind of the thing.
Silver City.
Isn't that what it's called?
No, I think it's. I think you're
Central
talking
City?
about Central City and like.
No, Silver.
Where the Flash is
something.
from?
No, that's Central.
What's Silver
Where
City?
Oliver Queen is? Star City. Where
what it's
Oliver
called?
Queen is from?
Is that? Once again, casual fan here, not like a big fan really anymore.
What
Is there a
superhero
Silver
are you
City?
talking about?
1 sec.
I think he's gonna go. He's googling.
What was I saying?
I don't know. I'm not 100% certain.
Oh, the reason that it's always dark.
I'm
in,
just saying that's not how the
Gotham-
sun works.
Bitch, listen. First of all,
You just say the
Okay,
factories
bitch,
like their
listen,
smog
I'ma
is
gi-
blotting out the sun.
So it actually is a fact thing that's how the sun works. Because I was in Chicago for 2
That's a
months.
fact how the sun works. It's always dark.
Okay, so there is a Silver
Bitch,
City.
listen.
There is a Silver City, but I don't think it's what I'm thinking.
So I was in Chicago for 2 months, and out of those 2 months, I saw the sun once because the rest of it was just covered by smog.
Oh, okay. Sun just never shines on.
Yeah,
Chicago.
like even in the day, you'd see it.
So
You wouldn't even see like a ball or anything.
you
It'd be
are
light,
admitting
it'd
that
be covered
Gotham
in smog.
City is more than
Star
likely
City
Chicago.
is what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm saying Gotham is more like Chicago now, but it's supposed to, but it would be like,
I was thinking Star City.
Oh, okay.
I said that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Yeah. This is an
Hey,
audio podcast, not
Silver
a
City-
visual one.
Silver
guess
City
we
is a
should.
place. So
Suck it,
Yeah, but who's in
bitch.
Silver City?
I don't know.
Lucifer.
Somebody's in Silver City.
Oh, Lucifer.
That's what this thing says.
Like Constantine and Lucifer or something like
Yeah.
that. Constantine is really cool, actually. I like some of his storylines and everything. It's pretty interesting.
I only hate John Constantine.
What's in the
because people only
series
found out
Lucifer?
because of that
I don't
show.
fucking know what's going on.
You're like, this is
Yeah,
bullshit.
no, so it's not DC.
Well, that's why a lot of
No,
people
no,
like
it is
Marvel. That's why a lot of people like Marvel is because they don't.
less
They try
complicated.
not to make up the like city names. It's just them living in the real world. And a lot of people say that they have actual real world problems. Like the Fantastic Four has like goes bankrupt because they lose like all their money.
all their sponsorships.
Yeah, there's one storyline where they lose all their money in the stock market or something like that. And people found that really relatable, obviously, because you could do that in real life.
There's a stock market in Gotham.
Oh no, yeah, and
Bane takes that shit over. Remember?
And the Dark Knight, fucking rises. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna do the Bane thing? Are you
My
gonna do a
Bane's
Bane impression?
Not good.
So I'm excited for the Joker movie. I think it's gonna be good.
I think it looks fun.
Also, have you seen the Joker in the
My question-
series Gotham? It's
What's that?
disgusting.
My question is,
Is that really the Joker?
Yeah,
I thought they said they weren't gonna make that.
no,
the
it's
Joker.
not the Joker.
in the series Gotham.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
They
is.
do not have the rights to Batman, Joker.
That's what I was thinking because they don't
They
have
don't
the
have
yeah.
the rights.
Yeah,
It
Fox
is-
doesn't have
it's
the rights.
based off of
Batman,
the Joker.
But like it's the same thing as Smallville, where they don't have the rights to Superman, but they can do a show off him, but they can't call him Superman.
yeah. It's something weird.
That's why Superman can't
They
fly.
just don't
He
have
can
the
have all
rights
his
to it.
powers, but he can't fly in Smallville until like the last fucking episode. It hints that he can fly.
Yeah, that was really annoying. That he
His
couldn't
name's
fly.
Kal-El, not Clark Kent, and he goes by the Blur, not Superman.
I actually did like the blur thing. I thought that was way cooler than
Yeah.
Superman. But I did hate. Oh, I'm actually kind of glad that we never in Smallville saw him in the stupid super suit.
Well, you could, because you never would be able to. That's why when what was it? The CW did their whole thing with Supergirl. That's how they were able to put Superman in there, just because they have the rights.
He also looks exactly like a pedophile. So
Who?
the guy who plays Superman in Supergirl, he looks creepy. Like he.
You know who I
might
think should have been
date
able
rape
to
you.
play Superman?
Tom Welling.
No.
So
So
the guy who played
if
Superman.
you watched Legends of DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you know the Atom in there?
Yes.
That's the Superman from 2005.
Yeah. He's in like Superman Returns or whatever.
Yeah, that guy.
The Superman that pretty much everyone hates.
Yep, that guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Exact same one. I
What,
feel
so
like.
what do they call him then? Because I mean, all the news stories about it call him the Joker, but obviously they're not like.
They do call him the Joker because he's like a take on the Joker. I think his
So
name's,
in
like,
the
Charlie.
series, they call him the Joker.
No.
In the series, they call
Right
him
here.
his name.
Yeah,
it
that's what I was
It has
wondering.
aliases. The Great Rondolfo, Ginger Maniac, Ginger Snap, and Clown Boy.
Okay. Well, I mean, have you seen that the pictures of him? What he's gonna look like in the final season? It's disgusting. He looks like he survived the Black Plague. Like it's gross.
Isn't that kind of the thing behind the Joker though? Is that he's just oh god.
Well, no, he looks
Oh,
gross. He
Lord.
looks legitimately disgusting.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Like the joke. I mean,
Oh well, this picture had a really zoomed in. I don't know what's going on.
it still looks really gross.
that
Yeah. Nope, that's not him.
Yeah, I
he has
know.
way weirder hair.
that
Yeah.
it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross. I wonder if he's gonna fall in a vat of chemicals.
That's probably what happens.
I would
And then
assume
he's gonna
so.
Be like, oh yeah, fuck it, he's the Joker.
So about the Joker,
The
my question-
Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
yeah. Is he evil?
I don't know.
Is the Joker evil? No.
No,
He
in
is.
the Joker movie, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, do we think he'll be evil?
Well, I think
Yeah.
he'll be evil, but like
I don't think the Joker's evil. Period. Like he's just
Really though?
he's a survivor, Vaughn.
He's yeah. He's a realist.
No,
he just murders people.
Yep, for fun.
That's the reality of
That's
the
not evil, he's a
situation.
psycho. You know?
well, and
Psychos are still evil.
Are they
and
Yes.
really? He can't
Yeah,
control
based on
himself.
morality.
Oh, I mean,
You can control yourself if you're a psycho.
you can't.
no, that's the
You
thing
just
about
might lack
psychos.
empathy, but I don't think it
No,
means they
that's
can't control
sociopath.
themselves.
Yeah.
Psychos have no connection to
So have you seen
Like,
that
to human
Borderlands 2
emotion?
trailer where they were
Borderlands
talking about
3.
No, Borderlands 2 trailer.
Oh, I'm talking about the Psycho.
Yeah,
I don't know.
was
He's
that
talking about
Borderlands 3?
No,
I mean,
dude,
every
think that's
Borderlands has psychos in it.
No,
so.
talking about the Psycho where they're like introducing the Psycho.
Jigsaw or whatever.
And then
his
he
name
was
is.
like, he'd sit there and he'd be like,
what was his name?
I cleaned my rib cage for the slaughter. Some
Ew.
stupid shit like that.
Yeah,
There's poop in my pants. Turn around, pretty lady. You know, you didn't see that?
yeah, the psychos say some crazy stuff. I get what you're getting.
No, it was a whole video.
There's
he's
poop in my pants.
Here, let me,
What?
let me.
I feel like that was ad libbed. Like Justin just came up with that. That wasn't reality.
I'm not shitting you.
I believe that exists. But okay, in this movie, do we think that he is evil? And I mean, not like, do I think he's evil and a realist?
I mean, he's gonna be evil.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the Joker. But my thing is like, at what level of evil? Because in the trailer, he doesn't look that evil. He just looks like a dude that just fucking snapped.
I mean, also in the trailer, he doesn't do anything.
And I maybe that's the thing, is that he just literally does nothing except for rally a bunch of people in Gotham.
Seemingly, yeah. Yeah, he just rallies like a bunch of fucking crazy people. And it looks really interesting. I'm really glad.
I'm intrigued. What if it's a horror?
I would want it to be more of a horror or like something. Okay, I'm not gonna watch it right now. We've
you don't
already
have to
done
watch
this
it right
once.
now. But it was basically what it was saying was like he was in his head talking to himself. He's like, save her, and then like he's like yelling random shit like, I pooped my pants. And
I think the classification for psychopath, like a real psycho, is they have no
control.
Well, no, they have no connection to like human like behavior.
Essentially, he was talking to himself, knowing he was crazy, not being able to do anything about it.
Like they say I think they say sociopaths have a connection to humanity. Psychopaths just don't. But again, I think you can look up the internet and every single website's going to give you a different definition.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So
I don't
supposedly,
think anyone truly knows.
a sociopath, the definition is a person with a personality disorder manifesting itself in extreme antisocial attitudes and behavior and lack of conscience.
What did you look up?
Psychopath definition.
So I'm pretty sure this Joker was just bullied into killing people. So is he evil? No, he's in distress.
He's in distress. If he kills people, it's totally fine. It's not a big deal.
He done got his ass beat in the trailer.
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of fucked up shit
You want
happens
to
to him.
take a couple bodies with you? Yeah, you deserve.
I mean,
it.
this might be another thing where, like, I might actually feel bad for a villain again, like I did for Thanos in Infinity War.
You
I
feel
was
bad
like,
for Thanos? I felt bad for Thanos too.
yeah,
I
he was
love the thing-
relatable.
I love the thing that was like, I get what you're doing, Thanos. I get it. But instead of killing everyone, why don't you just use that snappy ears to create more resources?
Yeah, well, the idea of that is he creates more resources, but the cycle continues, and he won't be there forever to use this Infinity Gauntlet. And there's no such thing as like an unlimited amount of resources.
Okay, but check it out too. Like now that you just said that, he snapped half the universe out of existence, right?
Yeah.
Population control won't last forever. What happens?
It won't.
Like if they have
I
another,
mean,
is it gonna be like
it's
the
definitely
whole
a
China
short-term
rule,
solution.
where they have like one boy and one girl. If they have any more than that, they just get snapped out of existence too.
Yeah, I mean, now that you say it that way, yeah, it is also a short-term solution. He did not think this through all the way.
He's like,
Let's
I'm
be
gonna
real.
fuck you. I'm gonna get rid of everybody.
I imagine
because
he's like, I'm gonna be dead, and they're gonna be. Oh, I mean, in this way, they may live longer than they would have before.
But if the resources, it would have been the same thing.
Would it be the same thing, or would our population just drastically increase?
Fine, I'll be the one to say it. He should have taken out 80%.
I mean, that's a good way to think about it, I guess.
I mean, it's still gonna get bad.
Well, like honestly, he could have just blend like nothing's gonna happen. He would have died long before.
He could have just taken out all of China, and I don't know if. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't think that would really help the full
That
universe.
would actually destroy a lot.
Yeah.
Because they create a lot of products.
Thank you, Attila the Hun.
For creating 90% of the known
Unicorn.
people on Earth.
Yeah.
What is it, 1 in 3 people can trace their lineage back to no, it's Genghis Khan, but still not Attila the Hun.
Oh, Genghis Khan, my bad.
Yeah, it's Genghis Khan, the one I'm talking about. But yeah,
The raper, yeah.
yeah, he
That's
isn't
what I
that
was trying to
crazy?
think.
Was he
Yeah.
a raper or was he just a pillager?
He was a pillager.
Well, he would
He
go
raped
there.
and
He
pillaged.
would rape and pillage, but people would throw themselves off cliffs to not have to subject themselves. If they knew Genghis Khan was coming to their village, they would kill their children because there's no way that they would
Do we know what
survive
time
otherwise.
period this was?
Yeah,
Was this
this is in
swords and
recorded
stuff?
history. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he fucked so many people.
he had so much sex, dude.
He done raped everybody every single day. For
You know what?
like,
That guy
a
was
whole
shooting ropes.
20
Let's be
years.
real.
I was like, I could trace my lineage back to Genghis
He
Khan.
should've
That's
just-
nothing to be proud of.
he should've
Your-
just donated
Your
sperm.
great granddaddy was a hoe.
I mean, my grandma was probably. She had 12 kids. She was a hoe. So.
But then if you think about it too, that
pretty
means
close.
all Asians are related.
I mean,
So is
that
that
means
why
almost
they-
all people on Earth. I mean,
I heard I think it's Scandinavia or something. They have an app on your phone that you can see if you're related to someone.
that probably helps.
But then
Because there's so few
There's such
people.
an incest problem.
No, it's not a problem. That's why they have the app.
Well, that's what I'm
it's not a
saying.
problem.
It was a problem before. Now they need the app to make sure it's not still a problem.
I feel like
Well, just to make sure
I mean,
you're
if you think
removed
about
enough.
no matter what, everyone on Earth, if you trace it far back enough, we are all related in some way or another. It's just
I don't know if I believe
Nah,
that.
that's young blood.
you don't know if you
I
believe
come
that.
from a different planet.
Yeah, you come from Mars. That's
Yeah.
where you came
I already
from.
did my theory.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe that we all came from one.
I don't think we all came from one familial line. I don't think it's fucking Adam and Eve.
Do you just think eventually, if you go far back enough?
Yeah, everyone is related in some way, meaning that
The
our
problem-
family trees are so interconnected that no matter what. I'm not saying oh, we both have the same grandpa.
Yeah.
I'm saying your grandpa had sex
About
with his
like
lady,
700
whatever,
years
yeah.
ago, they might have
7
touched.
million years ago.
Yeah, I'm not saying they interconnect
Yeah, it's kind of
easily. They just if you go all the way
If you
back.
think about it, 700
everyone's
years ago
related.
was only 7 people ago. If you give 100-year lifespan, which going
Do
back
we
that far?
actually
It wasn't
have
like
a
7
100-year
people ago. It was
lifespan?
like 8, 9.
But yeah, going back that far, lifespan was 30 years old. So
Yeah.
Assuming
more
people
than that.
stop having kids at 40, 700 years ago would have been like at least 20 people.
Isn't it crazy that there are conspiracy theories that the microchip was invented by aliens because of the drastic leap in our technology since we've discovered microchips? Or since they were invented?
So that's what I was trying to think, I feel like
it's like saying the
200,
United States was
2000
put here by
BC.
aliens. Because we've done more in the 200 and however many years we've been around than every country combined.
Yeah, it's definitely
I'm
a
not saying
weird
we as in
conspiracy theory.
I'm so proud of that because I've done nothing.
Slavery was still around.
When microchips were created?
Well, no, I mean in the past 200 years.
If you
that
think
was
about
been
it,
a
it still
thing.
is around.
Slavery is
We
still
just
around.
all slaves.
Slavery is still around. Y'all crazy.
I mean,
So,
I
check
actually
it.
think
I
in
actually
certain parts of
looked
the
on
world
this
it
thing
Oh, I
literally
guarantee
is.
it. Yeah.
What?
I said I think in certain parts of the world it literally is still
It is,
around.
it is.
Yeah, but United States is the only place that matters.
Outside these borders, nothing.
Don't care. I mean, I do, but
So I want to ask you guys a question.
I
and
actually
this is it kind of okay. This is definitely off topic, no longer about the joke or anything. This is just because we're all
we
gamers.
were just talking about huge
Yeah, we went
lineage of
way
fucking...
off. Yeah, we went way off topic. there.
Ask your question, motherfucker.
Please yawn again so I can.
Try me, ho. Listen to that.
So have you guys heard anything about the like big piece that Jason Schreier did about Anthem's development?
I didn't read it. I just kind of assumed it was not good.
I didn't even look at it.
Basically, yeah, it was not good. It's kind
What
of a
engine
sketchy
is it?
development. What?
Frostbite engine? No,
Yeah.
it's not. Is it Frostbite?
Yeah, it's the Frostbite engine.
Apparently, no one likes working
Yeah, they
on the Frostbite engine.
really hate it. Well, the
Every year
idea
they
is-
put out Battlefield on the Frostbite engine.
They
Well,
didn't
it was
use
made
Unity?
specifically for Battlefield games, and then EA
Ah.
purchased. They basically just make every other studio use the Frostbite engine, and it's just not meant to be like a
I
fucking
heard people
RPG.
love that Unreal Engine though.
Yeah, people really enjoy it. Interesting enough, I think it's on the Epic store. If
Fuck
you use
Epic.
the Unreal Engine, they don't actually take a cut for your
Well,
sales.
they're getting a cut.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
have
they
to
don't
pay
take
for the
a cut.
Unreal Engine. Yeah, they're getting a cut, but they still don't take an additional cut, which is kind of cool. But I think Unity, I think is free, and then you have to pay a certain amount.
Well, they put out like that $7 million of Paragon assets.
Oh, really? This is $7 million.
Yeah. No, that's what they said. It was $7
Oh,
million
really?
worth of Paragon assets.
Is it Paragon, like City of Heroes?
No, Paragon like Paragon.
It's like an MMO.
Well,
Or
it's
not
a
MMO.
MOBA.
It was a MOBA.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was 5-on-5, so yeah, MMO.
That's 10 people. It's basically an MMO.
It's my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, he really loves it. It was
You say that
shut
about
down.
every game.
No, this is
When
what?
What?
Yeah, I heard that about last time we talked about Destiny. And last
That was
time,
definitely not his
never
favorite
said
game
that.
of all
Are you
time.
sure?
Yeah.
Am I just losing my mind?
Okay, I might have said it, but I don't mean that. Definitely not Destiny. That's for sure.
But okay, so there's a
Paragon RIP.
because of Anthem
The GOAT.
sketchy development, people have brought up they want to know if review scores should reflect a game's development cycle, meaning that if it kind of like if the developers went through hell to make it, should it negatively impact the review score?
Here, this is what I'm going to say about that. Okay.
Pregnant pause.
You're the owner or whatever of IGN. Okay? In this scenario.
Yeah.
Do you want to put that in there?
Do I want to?
If you're the owner of IGN.
No.
Okay, then they
Well, I'm
don't.
just-
Now let's say you're the owner of Kotaku. Do you want to put that in there?
I don't think anybody does. I mean,
Just
I think
say yes.
sure, yeah.
Okay, then they can put it in there.
Well,
But-
I'm
but
asking,
they have to
do
dis-
you as a person think that
I
it
don't
should be
give a
reflected?
shit. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
It literally
It
doesn't
does
matter?
not
I
matter.
don't think it matters to gamers. It more so matters to people.
No,
like,
it
producing.
matters to people that pretend to care.
I feel like it basically.
I mean, it matters to those who look at review scores. They may not actually look at what the review's based on. They might just look at a review score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not going to read the review, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, here's what I'm saying. If a company wants to add that into the review sheet, go for it. I don't care. But if you don't want to add it, then don't. You
Yeah.
know? It's just like a company, and, this probably should be a thing, but a company should have like, okay, this is what our IGN, this is what our 10 point, I don't know, do they do 100? I think it's 10.
They do 100.
They do 100. This is what our 100 point scale is based off of. Graphics, gameplay, amount of water,
Too much.
too
It's
much
gone, dude.
water. But
Game
like
sucks.
that. It should be like, and then that should all equal, which I assume that should all equal into the 100 point score. If you want to add that other one into there, go for it. Just kind of disclose that says, hey, I think that all companies should say, hey, this is how we break it down. On every review, it should just be like a little.
They
key.
should be much more like transparent about
Not
it,
necessarily
or
transparent. Just like there should be a key off to the side that says this 10% is this, 10% is this, 10% is this, 5% is this, whatever.
I mean, yeah, some of them do that, but they don't do it in a numerical way. They just say like, "Oh, here's the pros and cons." Like IGN does that. How they
Then
basically just take out certain things that they thought drastically impacted it highly, or like if it helped or hindered. Which actually, that too much water thing was part of that.
Yeah. I think it's totally fine if you're a company that wants to do that. Then I think you should go for it. But I think you should say somewhere in your breakdown, and I'm not just saying only if you are putting this in. I think all companies should do it, where they have a breakdown of this is what goes into our process of creating this number that everyone sees. This number that literally means nothing. That's really stupid. It means nothing, but we like doing that because, like you said, people don't want to read the review. They just want to see that it's a 7.8 out of 10.
Yeah, it gets clicks and allows them to be in aggregate scores like Metacritic.
Yeah. If you want to add it, go for it. I wouldn't.
I mean, if they did, there are just so many issues that could arise for that. Like, how do you quantify it? So let's
Polls.
say,
Take a poll.
yeah, it would be every situation is different. So one person's development hell compared to another, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that people need to stop. What is it like? Complaining for other people.
Yeah. I mean, some people say it's standing up for them.
Did they ask you to stand up for them?
No, but not all people do.
Then leave them alone. They got to take responsibility for themselves. If they don't like it, then they need to do something about it.
That is fair.
And if that means quitting and trying to find a new job, and I know all these companies are based out of like big tech booming places, so it's going to be expensive no matter where you go. If you don't like something, then you have to stand up for it.
Do you
Or
think
stand
it
up
should be
against it.
reflected, Justin?
I stopped listening a while ago.
It's the main question. Do you think that development should be reflected in review scores?
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It doesn't. Is the game good? Yes or no?
So, do
So you
you
think
like
it shouldn't
review
be
scores
in
at
there?
all?
Huh?
Do you like review scores at
Well,
all?
I don't always believe in review scores because you can say a game 6 out of 10 and I can still think it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're all subjective. Like,
It's like just because
I do
IGN
like
says something's like hot shit. Because IGN always gives Call of Duty a 9 or a 10, 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. I think they is fucking trash. You know what I mean?
yeah. But that's just, I mean, they don't give them 10 out of 10, but they give them
9 out of
high
10. Yeah,
scores.
8 or 10, 9 out of 10. All the fucking time.
Well, I'm
Yeah, you're
pretty
just
sure the
saying
reason
they're-
for that is because they have specific people that they go to for a Call of Duty review.
Yeah.
Also, how do you guys feel about that? So the idea behind it is that you give it to somebody who enjoys that type of game, so they can speak to it, but in a way they have an inherent bias toward it.
I think my thing is that if you're gonna review the game, you should have some relative skill level.
I feel
In
like
it?
I feel
In-
like it's not so
at
much
that game.
bias as it is like if you're a horror game connoisseur.
Because I hate listening or reading a review that talks about something that says that why doesn't it have this when it does have that? You just didn't know about that.
Oh, like the Borderlands review? The Borderlands VR review where he was like, yeah, he so this was an issue at IGN where, and I hate bringing it up because I feel like it kind of tarnishes IGN's name even more when it's just a single person who did it, but he wrote a review saying that he docked it saying that the game should have like control options to change the controls, but then literally people were like, it does. That exists in the game.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be like skill level, you know. I guess I would like someone to have a like comprehensive just can you play the game?
Yeah.
Cuz I've seen it way too many times where they say something's too hard and it's like
I think it was
Stop
Kotaku.
sucking.
Kotaku refused to review Dark Souls 3 because they couldn't beat it. That's
then what you need
pretty
to do,
honorable.
What you need to do is you need to ask someone else that's beating it, contract someone, you know?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they don't even have
Get
to be a good
freelancer.
writer. You just get them in a room with one of your good writers or get them in a call with one of your good writers and have them, you know, quote, review it.
Yeah. So you don't care like about review scores. I understand what you were saying about it's not necessarily a bias, which yeah, you're totally right. I totally forgot the fact that people who tend to like love genres are actually the ones who are most critical of them most of the time. I mean, You might really love.
I mean, Anthem was getting
You
dunked
guys
on.
cut me off
Yeah.
so much. I'm surprised you guys hear anything I say.
I hear a lot of what
I
you
was like,
say.
I forgot.
We talk a lot. You gotta just interject. Just be like, "Fuck you, bitch." It's my turn to talk.
Yeah, I don't know. I think review numbers are stupid.
They don't matter because it's like if I don't know, if Anthem said it was a 2 out of 10 day of release, would you have bought the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't fucking matter
I
what
bought
they
it
say.
before the day of release.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like
I
review scores
love-
either. I find them really reductive.
I love giving my money away without knowing how good the game's gonna be, and I love it when people are like, "Stop pre-ordering games."
You're paying for a game
No.
before you know what it is.
Fuck you.
It's like
If I don't like the
think
game,
game's
that's
gonna be
my
good,
problem.
That's your choice to buy the game. Like you're
If
gonna
the game
enjoy it
sucks,
if you want
it's
it.
on me.
Yeah, I guess that does kind of bring up.
Take responsibility.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It brings up your whole like don't defend people who didn't ask for it thing. Like they're basically they're just like we're trying to save you money, and you're like I wanted to waste my fucking money.
I wanted to figure out if it was good for me.
Yeah, there are a lot of games I've purchased
Which
that
I
have
played the shit out of
excessively
Anthem.
low scores.
I played the shit out of Anthem, so
I wasn't gonna do anything crazy. I was just getting it close to my mouth.
It's like you're gonna do something insane. You're like wow.
I could have, but like, there's gonna be a huge difference with the.
oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
volume.
Yeah,
The
same thing.
So on the topic of games, I want to ask you guys. So Sekiro Shadows Die Twice came out. It's a Souls-like game made from Software. It's like in a Japanese setting. It's really cool. It's all about samurais.
Looks
Guy
cool.
gets his arm cut off. Gets a really cool and weird looking prosthetic. Would you cut off your own arm? You have to feel it. You gotta cut off your own arm if you were guaranteed to get a dope ass prosthetic.
No,
I mean, I'm not gonna judge you for this.
I wouldn't cut off my own arm, but if my own arm was cut off, whatever.
Yeah, and then you just like get in the prosthetic. That would be pretty cool. I just wanted to know if you'd cut off your own arm for it.
no.
Yeah, I got it. I don't think I would either. In my head, I think I would cut off my own arm. I'm like, man, that would be so cool. But in reality, I'd get like this close to doing it, remember 127 hours, and be like, nah, fuck that. I'm not going to cut off my arm.
He also had like a fucking Swiss Army knife, so
Yeah,
it
and
wasn't
a
like
boulder on his arm.
it wasn't like he could just fucking hack it a few times with an axe or a machete and be done.
Yeah.
Good God,
Have you seen 127
Nope.
hours?
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
If you don't like shit like that, then don't watch it.
Yeah, he cuts off his own arm with a Swiss
You
Army
can
knife.
see him cut the tendon.
Well, I don't think you see it. It makes this really creepy noise like, "Meh." Or no, it's just a
sounds
really
like
like
that.
intense noise.
Meh.
Kinda, yeah. Kinda, yeah. When he cuts the tendon to show like, just,
Doesn't it go
Pain.
silent?
I'm not 100%
I think they showed me it in
Yeah, I did
fucking
that.
high school. So
That's a
It's not as
great-
loud as all the other things I'm saying though, so you could be good.
what are you talking about?
Nothing.
Imagine what you mean. It's just gibberish.
It is. What it is.
Do you guys think that there should be, on the topic of Sekiro, do you think that there should be like difficulty settings in games? Like no matter what, it shouldn't
No.
be an option. They have to put in difficulty settings?
No.
Are you saying yes?
Yeah,
You
I
think
don't
they
think so.
should have to? Like Dark Souls games, you think they should have to put in a difficulty
I don't
setting?
think. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think anyone should have to do anything.
Yeah, that was the question.
This is the United States
Do you
of
think
America.
they should be required to?
No,
Okay.
Well,
I think they should,
Yeah.
but they shouldn't have to.
Yeah, it makes it more like accessible for
Well,
everyone no matter what. But...
well, that's like, I don't know. If you're playing an online game, right? Hypothetically speaking, and your online game has multiplayer capabilities, right?
I mean, that's kind of like, I don't know.
You can't put a
So like, I
difficulty
feel
on an
like
online
if you're
game.
having a
Yeah.
if you're having a not hack and slash kind of game, quote unquote RPG kind of game, you don't need a difficult setting. You know what I mean?
Except for most of them include them.
For
I'm confused as to
RPGs
why you
include
don't need
difficulty
them.
settings.
not all the time.
Most of the time.
The Division,
No, listen.
That's
the Destiny.
No, that's okay. We're talking about two different things. We're talking about like games as a service, like MMO type
Well,
games.
like you
and,
said, you like
RPGs.
Sekiro, for example.
Yeah, it's
That's like a Dark Souls game.
Yeah, it's
Their
not
whole
online.
genre had no fucking difficulty settings. Period.
well, that's why I brought it up. Yeah,
You don't
they're
need
also Sekiro's not online.
Yeah, I know. 100%.
Yeah, but
know.
comparing
But,
it to
like,
Destiny is completely different.
that's what I'm saying. Like it depends because like you don't always need it. Like if you've never played a Dark Souls game and you pick up Sekiro, you're never gonna beat the game.
Well, you can.
A lot
Yeah,
of
after a
MMOs
while.
do.
But
A
it's
lot of MMOs do kind of have a difficulty setting though. They have the raid, and then they have the elite raid. They have the raid.
Oh, they have like an
the-
optional difficulty setting for higher.
gear. You know what I mean? It's the same raid, stronger enemies.
Yeah, it's
they do
harder.
the exact same shit. They're just stronger,
They just have more health,
and
do
you
more
have to
damage
have
usually.
better gear to fight them.
Yeah.
Or I
That's
guess
about it.
I should rephrase the question. Do you think single player games, all single player games, should include difficulty
I
settings?
think they should. Should they have to? No.
I feel like I should narrow that down because saying all games,
single-player
yeah,
games?
online games should not have difficulty settings because
can't.
they're inherently competitive.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
So
you-
single player games should all single player games have difficulties?
yeah, difficulty
I think
settings.
they should have them. I don't think they should have to have them.
Yeah, I agree with that. They should.
Yeah.
have them.
I mean, there's the argument that it's a creative choice by the developers to make their games hard.
Well,
I think
yeah,
everything
so-
they do is a creative choice. They are
Yeah.
creating the game they want to create. They should create what they want.
Yeah, so if they don't want to put one in,
Actually,
they
yeah, I think
don't have
I
to.
think it would have to depend on the game though, because like some games you can't dumb down the bosses unless you literally make them not move.
No, you don't have to dumb them down. Just give them less health. Do less
yeah,
damage.
it's- you do more damage, they do less damage and have less health or whatever.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, I mean that's
Okay,
how
That-
like
that's
some
kinda how I-
difficulty
that's
settings.
how I look at difficulty
I saw difficulty as in like
Make the enemy dumber.
Yeah.
I understand what you're
Well, I
saying.
mean, AI could also be a component of it.
Yeah,
they
but-
may or may not do certain things.
But I think that in that scenario, that like, let's say you're playing, what was that game, Ni no Kuni or whatever?
Yeah.
You knew you could beat this boss.
It also had a difficulty setting.
Okay,
did.
yeah, I'm
I
saying,
just felt like I
but
should put
you knew you could be, and I'm not talking about difficulty.
Yeah.
Again, I guess the way I'm talking about difficulty is just health and damage. You knew you could beat this boss. It just took you half an hour.
Yeah,
Why can't you beat this boss in 15 minutes?
I could.
Okay.
It wasn't my play style that I was doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that I've never played it, so I thought that like it was
No,
just like
there are
this
people who
boss
beat
fights-
it much
Okay, I
faster.
thought it was
yeah,
just
but
like
I'm
this
just
boss
a
fight just
really
takes 30
trash
minutes.
RPG gamer.
Yeah, yeah. It's the boss in Ni no Kuni. It's like the gigantic jellyfish boss.
Yeah, I know. I figured
Yeah,
as much.
but I'm very bad at using the companions.
No, you're
so I
just-
just played as
you're the same,
Oliver,
like, he was a
and
trash.
everyone says not to play as Oliver.
You never. Well, I played as Oliver.
Yeah, everyone told me not to. and
Okay,
I-
but here's my thing. I guess difficulty, maybe, but like a health scale, or like,
yeah, I can see that.
because it's like some things just have too much health.
yeah, I guess
And I get that's the idea. Is like it's really difficult. It's
Well-
gonna take you 10 minutes. There's different phases to their health.
So in the realm of Sekiro, like you play it.
No, I
No,
played Dark.
You guys haven't played it, so
I haven't played Sekiro.
it's not like Dark Souls.
No,
So-
I have
No,
watched
so
a lot of
what I'm
gameplay.
getting
It
at
looks
is
a
like-
lot more hack and slashy than Dark Souls.
Well, kinda.
it's more
less-
parry based.
Yeah, it's more parry based. So you have to like break their posture.
Yeah, no,
in
it
order to
looks
deal
really
damage,
cool.
right? So
It
like
looks really good.
breaking. So like in the realm of Dark Soul games, as you deal more damage, your enemy transforms.
It does something different, yeah.
So in Sekiro, as you break their posture and deal your damage, all the bosses essentially have two health bars, right? You
Yeah.
break their posture twice and then you win.
Okay.
So each time you break their posture, they're doing something completely different.
That's
So
fair.
another question, just to add more context to it, do you when it comes to like accessibility, as in like we all do not have any sort of physical limitation. We can all do things, but somebody who's like visually impaired, somebody who like their hands aren't necessarily as dexterous as ours. Do you think that should change something?
No,
Like,
there's
do you
a-
think accessibility should be prioritized
So
when it comes
much
to games?
like
So-
YouTube or Netflix, they have a kids version.
No, so
No,
there's, so
it's-
there's a professional gamer who's actually crippled. Like he has
And he uses air.
Huh?
Are we talking about the same guy?
no, he
Oh.
plays with his tongue and a hand.
Oh.
Yeah,
I,
there-
That's how he plays Street Fighter. He like
There are
seen a
some
guy-
people who
he's a
can do some
professional.
crazy
I've
things.
seen the guy that I think he's crippled from the neck down,
And he like plays with straws or whatever.
and it's like straws, but it's like he blows into this one, it does this. He sucks into this one, it does this, and he's really good at.
Yeah, no, this guy like literally plays with the controller up to his face, and he's like playing with his mouth and a finger, and while one hand is holding
But
it.
here's the
because
thing,
because he can't use
Well,
it.
If you gave
okay,
that
so
dude
the-
2 hands, he's gonna beat everyone.
Yeah. The
No,
argument for
he's holding it and then doing this.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm saying if he had both his hands,
Yeah, he would.
He would
that good
destroy
with his
everybody.
tongue, with like his.
He'd wreck. Yeah,
he'd
for
just
sure.
own
And
everything.
he's wrecking a lot. Like he's a professional Street Fighter player.
Yeah, that's
right now.
awesome.
yeah, the argument for accessibility is a lot of these people, it's not like when we play a game, we play Dark Souls, and the reason we don't play it is because it's hard. Like it's a skill based issue. Like we're not skilled enough at the game. For them, it's their physical limitations. They literally can't play the game because it's too dark. They can't see, or like the characters move too fast and they can't keep up with it because of
There's
their
a
physical
brightness setting.
limitations. Yeah, but what are
Every
you going to
single
say
video
about
game.
physical limitation?
Huh?
What are you going to say about a physical limitation? Not
You
your
said
eyes.
you just
And
said
also-
it's bright. They can't see.
Yeah, I said two different things.
Turn out the light.
Let's
Turn out
just
the
give me
brightness.
one thing.
Yo,
Well,
that's
yeah,
it.
you just turn up the brightness, but it doesn't necessarily help somebody
Here's what I have to
who's
say
Wear
about
them
that.
stunner
basically
shades.
blind.
Listen, here's what I have to say about that.
Well, why would you be
Listen.
blind and playing a video game?
There are people who do it. Why are you saying that they
They're
shouldn't
like
play
60%
games?
I'm just saying, why would you like?
You
So
can
I'm
still
just saying,
kinda
if you're
see.
blind and there's this video game at, why would you want them to change everything to make you feel better?
Well, it's not
That's
them
kinda
changing
selfish.
everything. It's them just including something that would allow you to play. It's not changing the game entirely. It's just like, hey, it would be cool if you made this game.
A little more
like
bright.
there's
what
a
I-
setting
here's
like
what I
this.
would recommend, and I do this a lot for games that I don't necessarily want to buy, or I think that okay, this is a cool game, but it's not necessarily up my alley. I watch a Let's Play on it.
Yeah.
And I know that sucks if you really want to play a game and you just physically cannot. But there is alternatives for you to still see the story, still see the world, still like get entrenched.
Yeah, you
in
can
it.
still experience it. You just don't
You don't have
necessarily
control.
do it
It's like
yourself.
a movie more than a video game. And that sucks, but making a game's hard. I don't know how hard because I haven't done it. I assume very, very hard. But also making a video game for like making a setting in a video game that makes it easier for like disabled people, I assume adds even more difficulty to it. Now there are people out there like Steven Spoon. I think that's right. Is that right? Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Steven Spoon. He runs a company that makes
Are you talking about
controllers.
like Able Gamers?
Yeah, Steven Spoon.
Okay.
I don't know if he owns it or he is just the face of it, but he is something like that. They make controllers and stuff like that for people who have specific disabilities, which I think is also really cool.
Yeah. Do you have more to say about it, Justin?
No, I was just agreeing that. I'm not gonna piggyback off him. That's weird.
Well, I mean, it's not
No,
necessarily
I
picking back off of it if you have
No,
an opinion.
no, I agree with him. That's what I'm saying. That's my opinion.
What's your opinion?
That people like go in terms of going off the realm to like
He's the
special.
COO.
Oh, okay. Of Able Gamers?
Yeah.
He was just
I
correcting
wanted
that.
that information
Where he
out.
was saying like adding something for disabled
Yeah.
people in a video game.
Also, this would be an
difficult.
optional.
Well,
thing.
yeah.
You opt into it. You don't. This isn't just the bare. Like, not everyone would have to play
Well, I
with
think
this.
that it
No,
also
I'm
be
saying, I'm just saying,
optional.
adding
Yeah.
in that aspect, period, would take a lot longer of a time. Like games
Yeah.
that would take like 2-3 years to make would take 5-10 years to make. You know what I mean? And then you're just like you done
That's a
forgot
big
about
jump.
the series. I'm just saying like
I don't know
no,
if it's
like
No,
it
I
doesn't
understand
exist
what
right
you're
now,
saying.
so it's like hard to fucking make that shit right now happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how do you do that?
Yeah,
Because
well,
there
that
are
was the
so
question
many
comes
different-
when it's like, should they prioritize putting accessibility features?
No,
in
they
the
shouldn't
games?
prioritize that at all. Like they shouldn't have to worry
The
about
only one
that.
they should prioritize is color blindness, because
And they do
you
that.
can, yeah, and that's what I'm saying is
Yeah, you
because
do.
it's easy. You just
Yeah.
kind of
But like
shift
everything
a couple
else is
hues.
like way
I don't
too
know if it's
fucking
easy. I'm not
complicated.
gonna say
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't please
there's-
everybody.
and
It's
that-
like,
and
oh,
that's
you
a
made
good
it.
one.
You made a game for the people that are missing an arm. Well, what about the blind kids? Well, how can you fucking? And then you gotta please the blind kids. Now you gotta please everybody else. and their
That's a
fucking
good
mom, you know what I
point
mean?
because it's like you can't cover all your bases. It's impossible.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. So catering towards the audience you have right now, not disabled, I think is your best bet.
You're trying to
catering
please
to
the majority over the
biggest-
minority.
Yeah, the biggest audience as a business, it's your best bet.
Well, I guess I should. Another question. Do you think, because you guys are talking about the development of games, do you think instead of prioritizing accessibility features in games, the gaming industry should start like trying to make real headway, which they have with things like Able Gamers and Microsoft put out the adaptive controller?
Which was cool.
Yeah, do you think that we should start really just trying to develop more technologies that are inclusive to other people?
Here's the thing. We shouldn't
I feel like no.
here's the thing. We
Why?
shouldn't
I'll let you finish.
we shouldn't depend on the industry to do it. We should depend on the community, like Able Gamers,
Yeah.
which I guess has turned into
Well, it's a section of the industry.
yeah,
now.
yeah. But I assume it started from just a community that was like, we can do this. You know,
Yeah.
we shouldn't be expecting the industry to do it. We should help, or those that can, those that have the engineering mind, should help their fellow gamers. Not should. They can help their fellow gamers. We shouldn't need the industry to do it.
So what I was getting at is like if I'm developing a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm developing a game essentially that I could play. Okay? I'm not developing a game so everybody else could play, even though that's what I'm doing, right? So if it goes out, the same person developing a game is not the same person creating a PlayStation
Yeah.
or an Xbox. So shouldn't it be up to that person to like be like, okay, I'm releasing it on this console, but I want blind people to be able to play it. I want people with no arms to be able to play it. I want,
Yeah,
these
but
people
we're
to be
no
able to play it.
longer talking about game development. I'm talking about peripherals like a mouse or a controller. Do you think
Yeah,
that we
no.
should start working on more of those?
Yeah, no, I'm saying no. I'm
Why?
trying to because I'm trying to say like the people.
The people developing the game wouldn't be affected.
Oh, never mind. I see what you're saying. I completely
So
heard you wrong.
Yeah, I'm saying like
so he's saying if
should we
someone
develop
with one
new
arm-
controllers?
Someone with one arm, you make a controller that has every button on it that is easy
They
to
have
get
those.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, should we start like they have them, but it's not exactly like
It's not optimized.
yeah, they're making them. That's why I said Microsoft
So
has the
when you say
adaptive controller and
optimized,
stuff like
do you
that.
mean like tailored to each individual,
No,
or just like
Tailored to work well.
I mean, I don't know like necessarily a whole lot about it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That was kind of just the question.
Okay,
Is
now I'm tracking. I just heard you wrong.
And I've seen it where they do have like a keyboard and they do have gas pedals from a racing game. And that gas pedal moves. They have one gas pedal that moves forward. Let's say they're missing an arm. They have one gas pedal that moves forward, one gas pedal that moves backwards, and then you have keys that do the other stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Or you know, and I've seen people adapt like that. So, and I think that if you really want something like that, you're gonna adapt and you are gonna figure it out. And if you can't figure it out, you might enlist some help to figure it out. And I think that's where Able Gamers came from, because I've heard that they will take a special case like what Justin's talking about. They will talk to the person, they will figure out their needs, and they will design a specific controller or a specific setup that will help that specific person. Like I was saying, we shouldn't depend on the industry to do it. We should depend on the community to do it.
yeah, we shouldn't necessarily like
Expect
depend
it.
on these large corporations to create something for everybody.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
Again,
fair.
Take
I mean, it's cool when they
initiative.
do. Like Microsoft
yeah.
did create
And
a
that's
controller
really
that's
awesome.
meant for inclusive.
But I feel like that's only because they had like a person, a part of the team that was disabled.
Well, yeah,
do it for
each they
Because like there's no way you can hit everybody. So it's
Yeah,
just
well,
like, you can hit who you see. You know what I mean?
It's not
Okay.
a problem unless you know about it.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they're becoming more vocal. That's why it came up. Because with like Sekiro, there are a lot of people who are disabled. They're just impaired in certain ways who can't play the game because of their physical limitations.
They weren't complaining about Dark Souls.
I'm fairly certain they were.
Yeah, they probably were.
But I mean,
they've been complaining about lots of stuff. They were complaining about Assassin's Creed. I mean, saying complaining is kind of bad. They were just being vocal about it.
They're vocal about every. So my thing is
that would be
like,
me
if you
seeing them enlisting help.
So if you're gonna complain about something and you're not gonna do anything about it, like how do you expect me to help you?
That is them doing something about it.
But they're just saying, hey, it's
Well,
like
what else are they
asking
supposed
for
to do
help.
about it? Create their own controller?
figure a solution. You know what I mean? They're
I
just
mean, we don't have to create our own.
But like, I'm
controllers.
just saying, they keep coming at you with a problem, but they're not coming up with any solutions. Like,
That-
create a controller.
That's a problem in every walk
Yeah.
of life.
Yeah.
People keep coming up with problems, but no one knows it. No one has a solution.
So then why have the problem? If you can't do anything about a problem, why fix
But
it?
you can't
If
do
you're just
that.
if you're just saying I have a problem,
Why
okay,
fix
what's the
it? 'Cause
problem?
it's a problem.
No, I'm just saying if you're coming out saying I have a problem, okay, how do we fix your problem? I don't know, man. It's just a problem.
Well, what they say
what
is
the fuck
you
do you want
can
me to do
make a
about it?
peripheral that makes it easier for me to play your game.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
How the fuck am I gonna do that?
How are you gonna do
Well,
that?
I gotta spend money.
Not how
To
am I
hi-
going to do that? Why would I do that for one person?
Yeah. Well, you can't mass market them. Not everybody's
Because-
the
yeah.
same.
Now,
and their
I gotta
disabilities
spend
are.
money
But
to
that's
figure out
why
all
they
this
have
stuff, to
able
sell this
gamers.
thing to you that may or may not work, and it's gonna take me 5 years for a trial run. You know what I mean?
I don't think it takes that long.
How long did it take them to come up with the PS4 after they released the?
That's an entirely different thing.
How long did it take them to release VR?
Once again, these
this
are
is-
entirely different
But they're
things.
not
I'm
different
talking about a
things.
controller.
You're saying
From
yeah.
going
I hear
from
what you're
the
saying.
standard
I
controller
hear what you're saying.
to a higher
I
upgraded
hear what
controller,
you're saying.
it took
I hear what
less
you're
than a
saying.
year.
It takes less than, but like
Initially,
but you're doing
for the
it for that
PS3,
person,
they had
so
a
you're
boomerang
changing-
controller.
you're
They
changing-
literally just took the
you're
DualShock
changing
2
a lot.
and made the DualShock 3. They just made it wireless.
But you're just
It's
changing.
not
You're
that
changing
hard.
a lot more. It's not that hard. Why haven't you done it?
Why haven't I done it? Because I don't have an engineering
What I'm
degree.
Exactly what I'm saying,
telling
it's
you
like-
right now, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't have a degree to make any of
No,
these
I'm just
things.
saying, like, you're
they're
you're-
easily accessible for me. Why should it not be easily accessible for somebody to find something that suits them? That is the argument.
Because
Because
you
like
are-
I
that's
don't have
not-
to
because
work
you're a
hard.
part of the majority, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
why
but-
are we
but
not
then you're-
helping those that are part of the minority?
Because it's like
we are able gamers. That's
no,
what they're
I
fucking
understand.
doing.
I'm arguing with his point.
No.
Not anything about able gamers.
I hear you. You just can't help everybody. And
But
it's
shouldn't
okay.
you try?
No.
No.
You shouldn't try to
can't-
help
you
everybody. You
everybody.
should just
No,
abandon
you'll
some
die.
people.
Because it's
You'll
like
die.
if you're trying to help, if
I'm not
If
talking
I
about a
helped
single
every
person.
fucking
I'm just
old
saying
lady that crossed
everybody
the
on Earth should try to help every other person. Doesn't mean one person helps fucking 6 billion people. I'm saying every person
That's a
should
utopian-
try to help
so
other
everybody
people.
should try to
that's
help
a-
everybody. Period. Right? I hear you. So
But they don't.
how many people have
Yeah,
you
they
helped
don't.
today?
How many what?
People have you helped today?
took
If
Avery
you're
home.
trying to preach
One.
it,
Yeah,
and, like,
I took Avery home.
you
Boom.
took someone
Fuck
else.
you, bitch.
I'm just saying,
Eat
like,
shit.
you can't do anything about it. Like, if you're trying to come up with a
I can't
problem,
do anything
or you're trying to
about it.
come
Other
up with a
people
solution to a problem, you can't always fix what's going on. I don't fucking know.
No, I
anymore.
get what
Like,
you're saying. Helping everyone is really hard.
Yeah.
Because not everyone. Everyone that does have a disability, probably their disability is different from someone else's disability.
Like, if you
Yeah, they're
if you just
unique.
attack the majority, and then you fix the minority, like as time goes on,
you just attack
you're
the
gonna be
majority.
fine.
You wouldn't
just
attack
help-
the
But
majority.
you're just
You
gonna no,
help the
you're
majority
you're
in-
addressing the majority, and you're just
We already have companies addressing the majority. I'm talking about addressing the minority. These people do not need to cater to us.
I hear what
Able
you're saying,
gamers
but-
doesn't need to worry about how I play a game.
I know what the fuck you're saying.
Then why are you saying that it's like impossible?
No, I'm just saying because it is pretty much
It is.
impossible.
Is it pretty much impossible?
Yeah.
If we have one able gamers,
Well, yeah, that's the
But, like,
idea.
if there
Is
was- if there
that
was,
they
like,
would no longer
multiple-
be the single place trying to help people.
There's multiple people helping the minorities, which you're trying to get at.
Yeah, more people should
But
help them. That's the idea.
That's like, I get it. I'd all be for funding it. All right, but it's not. It's gonna go under so fucking quick
it hasn't
'cause-
gone under. This thing has existed for like 10 years.
because they're being like, what do you call it? Big industries are helping them. Like if it was just them doing that for other people, they'd be bankrupt.
What do you mean? The big industries helping them? Are you
I'm
talking
fairly
about
certain
like?
they take donations.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so now you'd have to send donations, taking away business from them, and then shifting it, and that's like a whole monopoly effect. So then, by over time, they'd just all be down.
Well, would
Like,
that
thinking about
not
it,
be?
like,
Would that not be people helping?
So are you saying?
Donations to able gamers?
Well,
Yeah, you can do that. No, okay, so the idea of just making games more accessible for these people is that you just
What'd you just say?
Okay,
there? No, listen.
Wait,
What did you just
sorry,
say?
Sorry,
Listen,
I know.
listen.
I
What did
completely
you just say
understand what
there?
you're saying now.
What did you just say?
making them accessible for more
Before that.
people. I don't know.
The idea.
Yeah,
The idea. It's just an idea.
it is just
not
an idea.
reality.
Should you not work on it though?
No,
Ideas
we are
can
with able
become
gamers.
reality.
So
Well, that's just peripherals. That's the idea that you should actually work on the video game itself to
So
be more
you're saying-
accessible.
So you're
for
saying the
people.
industry
other-
should work on it? Because
Are
earlier
you-
you were saying
are you
the
trying
industry
to-
shouldn't.
I'm
be working
saying
on it.
developers should
I'm
work on
confused.
it.
No,
Like,
they
are you,
shouldn't.
Are you
They-
I'm
asking
not.
for
I'm
other
not
games?
saying that. I'm saying that the argument is that developers should try to help more people than what they currently
They should
are.
try, but here's the thing:
They're not going
they're
to.
working 100 hours a week. You want them to work 150 hours? I know all y'all care so fucking
Well, yeah,
much about
that's
how these
also
people working.
an issue. Crunch is an issue, and people aren't being realistic about it.
There's another problem: people aren't being realistic.
Yeah,
You can't help everyone.
that's just
You
a
can
societal
try.
issue.
You can try to help everyone,
Yeah,
but you can't help everyone.
you as an individual can't know.
Yeah.
Does it just sound better coming out of Chase's white mouth? 'Cause he's
No,
white?
because you're not arguing
he's
the
white.
certain positions. You're going like on some weird rant about monopolies. It's literally not what you were describing.
No, I said that. Like,
You're talking about
after the
several corporations and saying a monopoly. That's literally not a monopoly. That's just competition. That's a market.
Here's
fact,
the thing.
If you're an industry built off donations,
Yes.
and you have another industry that's built off the same donations, you're sharing donations.
You're
right?
saying the
So, but
pool of
then you're
people
gonna be-
donating are the same pool. That's like saying everybody who watches YouTube also has Hulu. They may or may not.
That's what
They're
I'm saying.
both streaming platforms. You're
That's
just
not what
saying
I'm saying.
every single person who has it also has the other thing.
That's not what I'm saying.
That is what you just
That's
said.
not what I said.
You said they both do donations and that somehow it's siphoning money from one to get
well,
to the
it's
other.
like
Okay,
okay,
here's
so
the
if
answer
I'm
to that.
funding one person, I can't fund the other person.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to.
Here's
So
the answer.
why can't I, as an individual, fund this one person and them all fund that one person instead of me funding two different people doing two different things? Why can't they just work for the same?
That is a fair
corporation?
point.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay. See, now you explained it more instead of bringing up a monopoly. Well, I don't understand where the monopoly came from.
Here's what I'm saying. Should they try? Yes. Can it succeed? Theoretically. But people are already complaining about how much work they have on their plate. Do we
Yeah.
want to add more?
Yeah, that is
In
a
a
question
perfect
about it.
utopia, which I think that's what utopia means, is just a perfect thing.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
In a utopia, it works. But in reality, it's really hard
Yeah.
to get that to work.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the whole issue with the games industry is
now-
we always constantly contradict each other. We're
Now-
saying we want accessibility, we want all these things for games, but then we're like, hey, you shouldn't have these people work so much.
Get this game out faster.
Yeah.
It shouldn't cost as much. These people shouldn't work as much.
Are you going to say something? You're looking at me weird.
Hold on, you just said something. I was gonna say something.
Yeah?
Yeah, I forgot what.
I've always explained stuff like this. We don't live in Disney Channel. This is not a Disney
I live in
Channel
Cartoon
world.
Network, actually, so...
No, what I'm saying is
I
it's
know, I'm
not a
just
Disney
kidding.
Channel world. Not everything can be perfect.
Yeah.
It sucks, but they can't. It's just not reality. Should they help? Yes. Can
but
they
you're
help?
saying they have to make concessions somewhere.
Something has to give.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's what I was like sitting there. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, like I was gonna say, like if they're gonna be focusing and prioritizing on all the other things that people want, like for the minority, they're gonna have to sacrifice a lot of the other things that make the game the game.
Or
Like,
not even.
that
They're
60
gonna...
FPS is gonna have to drop down to a 10.
Oh,
some shit like
shit.
that. You know,
I mean,
that's
that
a
might
big drop.
actually be an accessibility feature, by the way.
But like, Do we want them to work 40 hours a week? Every week? Yes. Do we want this game to be out as fast as possible? Yes. Do we want this game to be the best it possibly can be? Yes. Do we want this game to be $60? Yes. Do we also want there to be things in there that will help disabled gamers play? Yes. Pick 5 of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can't have all 6. We'll even drop it down.
Was it
Pick
6?
4. I don't know.
I was like, I think you might
Okay.
have gone to like 7.
Okay. However many, you can only have 4 of those.
Yeah, something has to be given up.
Something has to give up.
Yeah.
Let's add in there. We want these people to be paid well.
If you think
I
about
think
it,
they're
it's
paid
like the
very
same.
well.
It's the-
Well, they're paid very well for if you're living in
paid,
Idaho.
They're paid all right.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
not being
yeah,
paid
I
very
mean,
well if they're
they're-
living in San
they're paid.
Francisco.
Yeah, they're
Shit.
living in San Francisco working
They're-
paycheck to paycheck.
They're making
basically, yeah.
$80,000 a year or $60,000 a year. We see that and we're like, they're doing well.
That's-
But then they also have a $2,500 mortgage on an apartment.
Yeah, cost of living is completely different in these like tech hubs. Silicon Valley, it's like it costs a
And
lot more. to
I
live there
heard
than
Greg
Idaho.
Miller talk about it, how I think when IGN hired him, they were offering him like $50,000 or $40,000 a year, and he lived in fucking Missouri, and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to be making $50,000 a year." Gets there, has 4 roommates
Yeah, he lives
because
in like
you
a
cannot
shithole.
afford anything in San Francisco on $50,000 a year. Not most. A lot of other places, yeah, you're living really well with $50,000 a year.
So do you think that we should be a little bit more content? I mean, so this is just an abstract idea.
We should be more content. Let's add that into the pile.
No, I'm saying should we be more content with games taking longer to develop and possibly costing more? Is that a reality that we should
Here's
come
the
to
thing.
if we
It's
want
like the
everything?
Here's the
whole
thing.
thing.
Don't tell us about the game until it's ready.
Yeah, that's very true.
So
The
it's
next
like-
Elder Scrolls is not going to come for like 6 fucking years.
Yeah,
We
I was
learned
gonna,
about
I
it
was
last
But
gonna
we
year.
say
learned
like
about
the
it.
whole thing about like
Because
like
people want
anime,
hype.
for instance, like with My Hero Academia, how they'll bust out 12 weeks of episodes or 24 weeks of episodes and then go on hiatus for a year.
Mhm.
It's because they're busy and they overwork their people for
And you know what?
6
I
months,
guarantee
and then
you
after
the
that 6 months they stop working their people.
and I guarantee you that on that however months they have off, the showrunners are still thinking, are still writing stuff down, are still writing.
Well, yeah, it's all written down. It's just
No, what I'm
busting out
saying
the
is-
animation.
He's saying in creative works, no matter what,
There is
if
no
it's
way.
based on creativity, there's no downtime. There's always crunch.
Yeah.
Because these people work hard because they want to create
They
the
want to
best
create
thing
the
possible.
best thing they can. But whether they have enough money to do that, whether they have enough time to do that,
So basically, I mean, the ideal situation would be gamers kind of just accepting the fact that games are going to take longer and cost more.
the ideal situation is all of that stuff
Yeah.
I said earlier. It all works.
I guess the realistic
Reality?
I feel
situation.
like the only way to get rid of it or to appeal to it would be to hurry up and create virtual reality. Like
They
an
already have
actual-
virtual
like an
reality.
actual VR.
Like, he's
They
talking
have actual
fucking
VR.
Ready Player One.
Yeah,
I'm talking like SAO.
Give me that virtual
Yeah.
suit.
the
Let me
haptic
get
suit.
my fuck on with an orc.
Well, I mean, the SAO is different. It actually
Justin,
just puts you in like a
love
comatose state.
Yeah.
I would hate the haptic suit because then I'd actually have to do the work. I just want to be like in the game.
Oh, so it's like you're not actually moving.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
fry my
it's-
brain if I
you
die.
go to
I don't
sleep.
give a shit.
It's like the Navi in
Yeah. Yeah, how Jake Sully
Yeah.
fucking pops into that alien brain. Yeah. Just like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get that.
I mean, then you might get like
Can you get
killed
your
by
fuck
poison
on with
gas.
an orc though?
I mean, if you
I
want
mean,
to,
hopefully,
guess.
yeah.
You just bend over and.
There's a game called Subversive that I was talking about on my Indie Incursion podcast. It's a game on Kickstarter. It's literally a game like developed. It's a porn game, but
Yeah.
also has real
Fuck yeah.
game shit in it. And it's like all about waifus and like tentacle porn. And they're like, hey, if we hit 300,000, we'll put in these fuck scenes. Oh shit, it's pretty intense. It's actually a porn game, but also has like RTS and like bullet hell
I was gonna
situations.
ask if it had RTS.
Yeah, it does. It's weird. It's really interesting.
Huh.
I think that was a good episode.
I think that
We
was a
definitely had an
really
argument.
good comedy episode up until we started talking about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then we got heated in debate.
Up until video games.
I feel like that's pretty
That was
good.
a
It
really
doesn't always
good-
have to be
That was
comedy.
a really good 25-minute comedy podcast, and then an hour of
The fighting.
Not fighting, just conversating.
It's just
Vaughn,
debate.
Vaughn was arguing with me.
I was
Yeah,
arguing
Vaughn
with
said-
you because
know
you
what?
said
The
Monopoly.
first-
But
okay,
don't
but
understand what a Monopoly
You
is.
guys, no,
I do
you
know
guys
what Monopoly
confused
is.
each other.
No, 'cause yeah, that's exactly what
That's what
happened.
happened.
And I
You
was
guys
trying to say
confused each
that,
other.
but he just kept, bitch. That's what happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Believe me, I was sitting here looking at both of you like they're not on the same page. And I do that all the time. I just watch people. I'm like, they're talking about two totally different things right now. I do it at work all the time. And then I'm like, hey, I tell them, we got two bosses. They're never on the same page. I go, hey, he's talking about this and he's talking about this.
And then generally
Continue
it doesn't
your-
even solve anything.
Continue your argument.
That's what you have to say is continue your argument because it doesn't solve anything.
It doesn't
They
solve
just
anything.
still keep
I'm
arguing.
just-
You're like,
I'm just letting them know
okay.
you guys are not talking about the same thing. Okay, well,
Yeah, it's a great comedy podcast.
great comment.
We'll
Thanks, guys.
see you guys next week. I was waiting for you to make some sort of noise.
Because usually those do go into the end.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh,
Sure.
he's going to have to cut out words. I was